Hello, my friends. Dave FX Hunter here with Forex market preview for the following week, which starts already Monday, July, and will be for the next 5 days, for the 5 trading days till the 5th July. So let's check what we are having right now regarding to the news, and here it is. So this week the market didn't move actually too much. What did we see is that we saw pretty strong Kiwi, we saw pretty strong Aussie, and we saw the Canadian dollar getting strong, and very weak pound. The rest of the markets wasn't moving too much. Only the JPY as well was is in the correction, and I think that might this G20 meetings which is going on last these 2 days, today as well as we have a Saturday and it's still going on. It's might one of the reason why we don't see too much volatility, because there is a lot of uncertain things right now. So let's see what's gonna be in the next weeks. We have to wait. It's as well the answer to many questions why people asking me why I don't trade too much right now. Well, the thing is, I have more than 10 pending orders, but I'm still waiting till the price will come into my levels where I'm interested to the trade. So I don't think it's and I will never enter the trade just to be in a trade, because it's a, I think it's a very stupid thing. And as well, the important thing is what we're gonna have the next week. So there's gonna be the many Aussie news as well, this one, and we're gonna have, of course, the Friday, which will be very important for the news as well, for the non-farm payrolls, of course, and for the Canadian dollar. So let's check it with the numbers first, with the charts. What is going on? What could we find? What could help us to somehow predict the future? So as usually we will look to the charts, but this time I will show you on my blog how you can work with it. So if you come to my page, fxhunterwealth.com, and you just go to the blog, there is all what I'm sharing in my Telegram channel as well. There is some trading ideas, my videos, all the videos you can find here. And here is the thing which I want to work with right now, which is the commitment of traders for this previous week, which was, as I am explaining here, which was published on the Tuesday 25th 6th, and was published on the Friday. As well, what I pointed here is that you can watch the highlighted signs of the bullishness, which are highlighted green, and the bearishness, which are highlighted red, as you can see here. Okay, right now you might probably, of course, don't see it properly, because what we have to do is to click into read more. So it will take us straight away into this blog post, and you still might don't see the numbers properly, but if you click to the picture you will see it on the full screen. So right now we are getting into the straight away into the dollar index, and let's see what is going on here. So we have the monthly broken uptrend, and we are still below this supply, which I would like to see to be filled up before the price is starting to drop. However, on the weekly we can see that this trend line is being broken, and we have this one candle broken below. So it's basically should give us a new supply zone here for the shorts. However, still we have this demand zone below. Until this one is removed, I don't see, and I don't have a confirmed downtrend on this dollar. So we still could see something like, they're moving the sideways and then move up. But I must be objective. And what do I see already on the daily time frame is that we are already in the trend, but we are right now sitting in the level where we saw these three bounces, sorry. And of course below that appears this liquidity, which is like a couple pips below. It's something around maybe 50 pips. And there is this weekly demand level, which I highlighted with this green line, and it's of course synced into this chart. So what could we might expect is the drop down and then move higher. And then it's gonna be the question what this potential new zone, if it will be straight away removed up, so it will be invalidated, or if we will see this daily level, which is nested in this weekly zone, will take its action, and the price will start to drop. It's the question of the future weeks, and as I said, we are having this G20 meeting. We have a lot of things running around the USD, and we have as well the non-farm payrolls next week. So this week we saw only the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles moving in this range. So on the dollar pairs, not much was happening, and we have to wait. So again, that's why I didn't have too much trades, because right now in my portfolio is pretty a lot USD pairs. If we check the numbers, we can see that the banks reduced the longs from the 40k to the 34, which is like 6k change minus, and it's a bearish sign, as I highlighted it by the red color. If we look to the shorts, they still didn't adding any too big shorts. We are just something around 11, but we already been much bigger shorts positions. What is happening with the net positions? We can see that they are dropping. So it doesn't mean that it's the bearish yet. It could be just the profit taking of these longs positions. Now we are dropping down here, and as I said, the question is what's gonna be happening here. So for me right now, I'm still staying away. I'm only looking for some other pairs to trade, which giving me the bigger clear situation, more clear situation than this one. Next one is Aussie, and Aussie is the one which pretty strengthened in the last days. And what I'm seeing here, so the weekly, monthly is downtrend, weekly is downtrend. However, we are getting broken this trend line, but it's not broken clearly yet, because we need to see the whole body candle closed above the trend line. So we would need to see something like this, so we can then draw the demand zone, and we want to as well see this supply zone absorbed, which could happen, because it was already tested once here. So might the price could come into this higher supply zone, where I'm actually interested to take a trade, as I have it highlighted here and synchronized into this daily chart. So if the price come here into 0.715 levels, I would be interested to take a short trade, because still we are having pretty heavily shorting from the banks, and as we can see the numbers. So what they did, they closed some longs positions, but around the 12k, and they closed 12k short. So it's nothing extra happening, it's nothing extra telling us. So I marked this with this orange color, like a neutral. If you look to the exposure, is of course still very bearish. We can see that we are around 76% on the short side, which is more than our 13 weeks average. Not big change happened, but it was in the Tuesday candle, which was reported here. then we have 3 bullish candles in a row, so everything could be a little bit different. Bottom line is that monthly is still down, weekly is still down. So let's see what we gonna see in the next week. And as we have in the calendar, we're gonna have pretty a lot news for the Canadian for the Aussie here in the Tuesday and the Wednesday. So it's gonna be very important how this gonna be played out. Might, of course, as the banks, they knowing what is going on, might these news are just right now being priced in. So what could be happening Monday, Tuesday? They could be bringing the price here. When the news releases comes, they might start to drop, or they will put it somewhere down here, and then they just can make a spike into the level and then drop down. Let's see. It's my expectations, and I wanna take a short. Euro USD is now getting to the somehow neutral territory, because what do we see? We have this monthly downtrend. Actually, it's like technically it's not the downtrend, because of course the price is dropping for a couple months, but we can see that we had this like uptrend which was broken down, and now we should see it's like a bearish impulse, because for the downtrend we need more something like this, you know, the higher high and lower low. But we have just, you know, the move. So right now what is could be happening is that we will see the move higher from where we could see this break of the low. Then it will be official downtrend on the monthly as well. So right now on the weekly we had already the downtrend, and it's being broken, and we are getting into this supply zone, from where we potentially might could see the drop. On the daily we are in the supply zone, and we might could see a drop from here. If we check the numbers, we can see slight reducement in the longs, but slighter reducement in the shorts as well. So nothing extra. It's like you know, neutral. And if you check the numbers, we are more getting into the longs than into the shorts. So it's kind of like neutral, but this one I highlighted as a bearish, because we can see that the net positions are still being constantly reduced. So will we see the move up on the euro potentially? Who knows? I cannot say right now, until this zone is out, and this zone is out. It's still bearish for me. So that's what I'm expecting for this one. Next one is pound. Pound turned to the very bearish, and it's again for me not much clear, because what do we see here? We are in this monthly demand zone, which could be the bullish and start to push the price up. As well, we are in this daily demand zone, which could start to push the price up, because we can see as well this nice engulfing candle. As well, on the daily we are in this downtrend, but it's not any clear bullish break, you know, it's still somehow moving sideways, nothing extra happening. But what's happening with the numbers, we can see that the longs has been reduced massively, but the shorts growth as well massively. So they turn it, as you can see, from the 16th of the May, when they've been 50-50. It was before this Brexit negotiation, Brexit some negotiations with Theresa May when she was as well when she was that time in the government, and then turned to the 74% to the shorts against the 26 pretty quickly. And what do we see? Okay, so this is very bearish from the speculators, and but what we see from the commercials, we can see that they adding long positions, but they're reducing the short positions. So I mean, they're reducing long positions. It means that they're closing their hedges. So they don't expect the price to drop down anymore. And they're reducing their shorts as well. So here is, I think, a very big undecision, and it's unclear market. So I think that trading the pound at this moment is, it's a bit risky game. I mean, it's not anything clear. Next one is the Kiwi, and the Kiwi is the one of the strongest currencies in this week. We can see this nice bullish candle, and which is coming into this weekly zone, which is as well in the synchronized with this daily level, from where I will be interested to take a shorts, because what I see with the numbers I'm sorry, what I see with the numbers, the longs being reduced massively and the shorts still maintaining the shorts. If we see after this reducement, even the exposure rise to the 70% to the short side. So the net positions are around the 24%, minus 24k. And what's happening on the commercial side? So we can see they're still having their longs positions, but they actually added their longs positions. So that means that they're expecting the price to drop down, and they're reducing their shorts. So they do not expect the price go up, and they do not need to do hedging anymore. So I think right now we are in the nice level to enter the short, and we will see what will be happening here, because we will have some these bounces here. So any liquidity appears here, and it could start to drop down lower. So I like this risk reward ratio here, because it's giving me this risk against this even bigger the profit, because I want to short it even here. So if I show it on the weekly, I will be risking this much, because I will put my stop loss above this zone, and this is my potential target. So it's very nice risk reward ratio, and I will take this trade. So yeah, the next one will be the USD CAT, and USD CAT, as I said, it's turning very much to the bearish technically, and as well we can see that the banks have the same feelings. So on the monthly, what we see on the monthly is this: the price hit this strong supply zone, is under control on the monthly, and I expect the price drop even lower into this monthly zone. On the weekly, we can see that the price hit this supply zone, and price is starting to drop down. We are seeing the break of the trend line. On the daily chart, we already have this downtrend, and if this zone will be reduced, the supply zone will be created for the potential shorts. The numbers very clear. We had the 58k longs, and the banks closed over 20k longs, and they added 5k shorts. So we have minus 20k longs, and we have around plus 6k shorts. It's very bearish. And if we check how big change we had here, we dropped from the 75% longs to the 61, and we growth the shorts from the 25 to 39. It's very big change. We can see that the net positions are dropping. They even dropped for more than half in the last week when the contract was ending and the banks had to reopen the new one. So we can see more than 25,000 K change in the contracts. So this one I think that this is turning for the bigger drop. We will see it in the next few weeks. So I will be looking to enter the short if this zone will be strongly removed. So next week will show us. If we check the commercials as well, they confirming what's happening here. So they basically added 2k longs, 2k shorts, and they added around 4k shorts. So they hedging themselves for the potential drop. So this one is turning to bearish. USD franc, this pair has break of this monthly trend line, and I think we will see the drop into this monthly demand zone. On the weekly we have broken trend line and this supply zone. I don't know how to count it, this if it was tested and it's dropping down, and we are right now just above this weekly demand zone as well above this daily demand zone. And what do we see is that we can see reducement in the longs, but the shorts wasn't added any hard layer. So still the bottom line is that we are still bullish in the exposure. However, the net positions are dropping, and if we check the commercials, we can see that they dropped 3k longs, so they do not expect much the drop down, and we can see that as well they dropped a bit the shorts. So now is the question, we are in the we are in this weekly zone above, we have pretty strong sell-off, so there is a higher chance that from here we will see some potential correction. You can see I have my alarm here, so I'm watching this closely. It looks very bearish, but this is already overextended in the important zone, so might we would see the correction up. USD JPY, this one is very beautiful. So what do we have here? We have monthly is in this range, with this bearish range. Weekly is in the downtrend, and we have new supply zones created. So right now I'm expecting the retracement into this daily zone, which is nested in this weekly. So we can see it's here. So once the price reaches here, I would like to join the shorts, because what do I see with the numbers is that we can see the drop in the longs for many weeks in a row, but if I'm watching just the last 2 weeks, we can see the 5k drops in the longs, and we can see 1k growth in the longs. However, it was in this last candle, so we don't have the data for the last 3 days. We can see that the numbers are moving up, so probably there could be some, they could add some longs because they was pretty heavily oversold, and we are getting this correction move up. So let's see how it's gonna play in this supply zone. But again, what can I do? I don't know what the market will do next. Only these things are giving me the more edge, and what I always can do is only control my risk reward. So again, I am risking this to take this, so this will be my profit, this will be my loss, and still I'm continuing to doing this. If your losses will be smaller than your winners, then you have only chance to win, because a lot of people asking about the accuracy and this, and I can tell you that no one is more accurate than 60% time. So if I 60% time will have this more like 300 pips profits and 100 pips loss, and 60% time it's profitable. This is very simple, everyone should know this. Gold is bullish. Because it's bullish, I cannot say anything else. And this one was a bit disappointing to me, because what happened to me is that I was basically shorting the gold from here. I added some more here, added some more here. Here I took some profits, but still I had the positions here which closed by break even, and I had one more which took me up all this way up. It was very small position, but it almost deleted all my profit here. So this position we didn't have in the channel, it was my personal one. So it's it's a little bit frustrating when you holding like for almost 4 months positions. You feel good that it's dropping, and you holding a long trade, and then in 1 month, boom, everything is out. But it's part of the market. So what is going on here? Of course, it's monthly, it's uptrend, turned to uptrend because it's deleted this strong zone. Weekly is in the uptrend, daily is in the uptrend right now. So taking the short is but it's not the bad idea. The reason is this: we can see that the longs growed up by the like almost the 100k in the 4 weeks. There was like every week they added over 40k to the positions. That's massive. But what is interesting is that we are right now 85% to the long side against the 15% to the short side, which is like 15% more average on the longs. And I expect some profit taking. So of course, if they will take the profit, it start to drop. It could happen, or it could, of course, still continue into this monthly zone, and here could be the profit taking. So it's hard to say right now. Will I take a long after this strong move up? Taking the longs here, it's a bit risky, but of course it can work, and taking the shorts can work as well. But as I said, we are looking more for the for good risk reward, and I cannot get it here for the short and for the longs as well. I can get it if the price comes here. I can get good risk reward for the short from the zones, or if it drops down here, I can get good risk reward for the taking the longs. But at this moment, it's not clear for me. Of course, there will be some traders who will take a short and it will work for them and blah blah blah, but it's not for me. I'm just looking for the good situations. Or might it could be, everything in the trading is about calculating the risk and the reward, and so with the small position, it of course could be taken. You can put a bigger stop loss, small position, and drop down, and you have nice risk reward. With the small positions. Of course, you cannot put the one lot against the trend. I mean, one lot. If you have bigger account, then one lot could be still small position for you. Next one and the last one from the COT is the oil. And US oil looks good for shorts for me. There's a couple of reasons. Of course, we have this. Broken monthly trend line, which was retested right now, and we have this strong candle, and right now we are just below this weekly supply zone from where could price nicely start to drop. We are right now in this daily zone, which is just below, and I think we will still see this move higher. If we check the numbers, we can see that the banks, of course, reducing their longs. That's why the price is dropping, and right now they reduced a bit their shorts. That's why we're taking this move higher. So I think why they reduce these shorts is that because they want to take it price a little bit higher. So here will be, the people who start to shorts right now they put stop loss here, and they will boom move it higher, and then they will start to do the proper shorting. So the oil, I am bearish, but still it will need some time when the price could come higher here. So yeah, so this is it. This is for my for my CFTC commitment of traders report, and now we will look to the other charts, to the some other setups. So what you can do, of course, as well on my website is that if you click into this one, every time when I post something new, you will to the blogs, you will receive the notification in your browser. So it's pretty good, and I suggest to everyone to have it so you will not miss anything. So right now let's go to the trading view. So on my website you can click to the trading view. There is many setups which I actually was talking about right now, and you can see how they playing out as well. Let's check what other charts I am looking for to trade. So this one is the New Zealand Canadian dollar. It's in the downtrend on the monthly, as we can see. It has this broken weekly downtrend, and right now what I'm expecting is to price come into this weekly zone and then start to drop it down. So it's here on the daily. We will see the drop here, and as we saw in the commitment of traders report, the Canadian dollar is getting stronger, so I think we will see the reaction somewhere around here, of course, before it starts to drop. Next one is Kiwi franc. On the Kiwi franc, we are actually already in the position, so we have this weekly zone, and I'm expecting to drop down at least to take test and then drop down. Next one is Aussie franc. Again we have this nice weekly zone, and I am waiting for the price to retrace here before we will see the more selling off. Next one is Euro Yen. Euro Yen looks beautiful. It's in the monthly downtrend, weekly downtrend. Here is this nice weekly zone into where I think we will get this move up, which will of course create the uptrend on the daily, and here we will see slowly the shift down, because the COT numbers are confirming this. This is Euro Pound. I must say that this trade, after watching these numbers this weekend, I'm not sure if this one will work. However, I have still good risk reward ratio, so I'm still holding this trade. Let's see how it's gonna be played in the future days. This one is Euro franc. Euro franc, technically weekly downtrend, daily downtrend, and we have this perfect weekly zone. If the price retraces here, this give us again nice risk reward trade. So we have this risk and this reward, which is good. I mean, this you're risking, and this is your take profit 1, take profit 2. That's perfect. Next one is USD SGD, US dollar, Singapore dollar. So what do we have here? We have this reaction in this monthly zone, which is giving a strong push down. On the weekly, this broken trend line after this strong accumulation. Then the price moved up again, tested this supply zone and breaking lower. And on the daily, it's already in the downtrend, and if the price retraces into this daily weekly zone, I will be happy to take this trade down. Again, a nice risk reward. This is the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. We have monthly, weekly, daily downtrends. However, on the daily, we are getting this break of the, oh, sorry, we are getting this break of this trend line, and I think this weekly zone could take action and play out for the drop lower. So let's see. It's again nice, good risk reward. I like this trade. This is the franc yen. We are slowly reaching to this supply zone on the weekly, and I think from here we could see the drop lower. The yen is getting very strong, and this one is, the trends are showing us that this could possibly happen. So let's see how it's gonna be played here. This is the Aussie yen. We have monthly, weekly, daily downtrends. I think this daily downtrend, sorry, I think this daily downtrend, I must make it like this. I think this daily downtrend will be broken, the price will come up, and it will be here in this weekly zone. And from here, I think we will see definitely more dropping. So what do I do right now? You know, here as well, brings me to the question where some people in my Telegram channel asking me, so if you know that the price comes here, why you don't take a long? You know, the thing is that I don't know if the price comes here, and uh, we definitely didn't know here that this is gonna happen. So if we knew it, we could take a trade long here. It will be good risk reward. But right now, if this move happened already, and we are expecting this happened, to take a trade here, where do you put stop loss here? You put the stop loss down here and take profit here. But you look at this, it's like 1 to 1, and you trading again this trend down and again this trend down, and you speculating that this is gonna happen. That's not gonna be, this is not good risk against the reward for me. So basically, with saying that I'm gonna sell here, I don't know if the price comes here, but I say if the price comes here, I will sell it down, because if the price comes here, what's gonna be my edges? My edge will be, I will have this risk, and I can expect this drop. So I will be risking, let's say, like from 77 to 72, which is something like 70, 80, which could be like something like, if I say like 300 pips. Let's measure that. Let's measure that. Okay, 200 pips risk against the 550. You know, it's more than 1 to 3. So trends are down, bigger trends. I will see the correction here. So for me, taking this trade, it's a it's a I cannot say that it's stupid. Of course it can work, and I know some traders can do that, but it's not good risk. You know, I mean, with this many trades like this in a row, you will not have the long term consistency and long term success. But here, if I enter here, which is here, if I enter here, I have just this small risk against this, and the bigger trends are with me. So for me, it's not a problem to wait like for another 10 days or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. No problem. I can wait 3 weeks to take the trade here, risk just this small, and then I can wait another 3-4 weeks to take this profit. It's beautiful. This is just risking and trading for the sake of the trading. I mean, not necessary to do this. And If you analyze a lot of charts you on these daily entries, you will then have a lot of trades soon. But sometimes it's about waiting. And this is the USD JPY again. So this was everything actually, my friends, for me, from me this week. And I have as well many other charts which I have, which I'm watching, but these ones they need to, confirm everything. So then they can be moved from my green list to the blue list, or to the orange list where I have the trades. So this is important to watch all of these. I have over 40 charts for the analyzing and which I'm watching, but I'm really looking for just the best opportunities, just the best ones, and these are the ones which I already have right now. But it will take couple days or maybe week until the trades will be filled up. So this is it, my friends. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the markets in the Monday.